Hey guys, it's me. It's Billy back on Billy's RC, and today I'm going to be finally reviewing the Losi AT Nitro. So, this thing I've had actually only for a month, and there's a solid reason why I'm making this video earlier than what I have done in the past for my other reviews. One of the biggest reasons is it's really in stock form now, and I really want to talk about it when it's in stock form before I do a whole bunch of crazy upgrades on it. So yeah, so I've done a couple of upgrades on here, but I'm going to be mostly talking about the stock setup. So Losi AT Nitro, this thing I got at my local hobby shop for $400 right before Christmas, actually. Kind of an early Christmas present to me, from me, paid by me. So yeah, I sold off one of my other cars to get this thing, and honestly it was worth it because this thing has been an absolute blast, and really it's just been an amazing runner. So yeah, let's actually get into the chassis now. But before I even do that, the reason why I get custom bodies done is because I personally like it if they're different. I don't really like the stock bodies too much. So yeah. Alright, so let's get into this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So before we get a little bit too deep, I kind of want to talk about kind of the stuff on the outside a little bit first, except the body. So the stock tires that come on this thing are all right. They're definitely not race quality tires, because this engine has a lot of power, and these tires aren't able to really grip that well with that huge ass engine in there. But they are good if you just want to do some bashing, I guess. If you are a racer and you like to have like two different vehicles in one, really, it can really be tuned to be both. It can be tuned to be a basher, and it can really be tuned to be a racer. And I'm doing a racer build on this thing, and I'm just getting all the bad stuff out of the way first in terms of upgrades. So the tread design, it's good, but the grip compound it's alright for what it is. The shocks, they're composite or plastic. I like to say plastic just because. So these plastic shocks, they work just fine, and I haven't had any issues on them as of now. I haven't had any shafts bending yet or anything crazy like that. So they're good for a while. They won't last you forever though. I solidly recommend you get some aluminum ones at some point if you do plan on doing like hard bashing or racing. If you're going to be doing racing, you definitely want to upgrade these as soon as possible. And if you're going to be doing some hard bashing, I also recommend you change these things as soon as possible, or at least the caps. But I really don't know where you can get aluminum caps. But anyway, moving from the shocks, shock towers on this thing they were a pain. At least for the front one, for me, would always bend like ridiculous angles, like 45-degree angles. Like the shock would, like the tower would be like that. It would be as if someone did that and like it moved it. So that's why I got these, because, and I really wasn't planning on doing that upgrades early on, but my dad said, like, aren't they gonna bend anyway? And he's like, I was like, yes. So we got an order for me for Christmas. So that's honestly really great. I appreciate him for that. So the engine on this thing, the power plant, and just most people are going to be asking about it. So there's already a lot of videos online, but I am going to talk about it a little bit. It's a Dynamite 28, it's a Dynamite 28 RTR motor, and to be completely honest with you guys, this thing has a ton of power. It has sometimes it has too much power for me. And I usually run this thing on a rich tune, a little bit of richer tune, just so I can, I can carry a little bit more traction through turns instead of having the wheels spin, So, yeah, so what comes stock for the clutch settings and stuff, it comes with an aluminum flywheel. Now this right here is a steel flywheel, and what that really does is it just lets you carry more traction through turns, which I really would like on this thing, so that's why I changed it to a steel one. And it's also running a 50-tooth spur, so you're getting a lot of teeth there, but it is metal. So it's a metal gear spur, so you really don't have to worry about that. With a 13-tooth clutch. Now this is actually a 12 tooth, but it's pretty similar how they handle. Just more torque again, just to get more traction through turns and on the track. But the 13-tooth really is plenty for this car, to be completely honest. The diffs are not the Team Losi Racing diffs. They are completely proprietary to this ready-to-run platform that they make, and it's kind of strange why they would. I don't know. In the past, like with the gas one, yes, they made a gas-powered truggy. Not a nitro, a gas. They included a whole bunch of good stuff on there, but they just don't with these ones. They really stripped these down, and I'm not really going to do a comparison on that because it's not really that necessary. But they are solid the way they are, and they're honestly better because they're cheaper. But coming over to the electronic side, well, actually, no, before I even do that, the stock exhaust works fine. It works completely fine. If you do want to get like more power out of this engine, even though there is plenty of power in this, if you do want to get more power out of this engine, you can swap this exhaust out for a better tune pipe, because this one has zip tie couplers, and to me, that can drive me a little nuts sometimes. But anyway, I can deal with it though. And again, this is just a little exhaust extension. And currently, I am running 20% nitro, but it's 9% oil content. So what that means is you're getting a lot leaner, but you're still having the 20% nitro feel. So coming over to the electronic side, it comes with you can't really see it in here, but it is a 1600 milliamp hour nickel metal hydride 5-cell receiver pack from Dynamite, and it is really good. It's actually really good. It lasts for quite a while. I actually have plenty of them now because I've actually bought 3 of these nitros. I've got one for my electric truggy conversion thing. I've also got it for my nitro buggy, and I have this thing. So I just have one kicking around now if I ever need one. So that's all good. Sorry guys, I'm having a little bit of a cough here, but please excuse me for that. But anyway, throttle system, it's the 3.0 throttle system, which means you can Gen 3 radio tray, which is nice. It's not the Losi X thing that's going on right now, but all servos in here, they are completely waterproof, so if you do want to do a clean, if you want to clean it off like I did, then you're completely fine going over these servos with water. And the throttle servo, well, actually, I'm actually talking about the steering servo first. It has plenty of torque, and it is plenty fast, to be honest, and I don't think this thing's actually going to burn up anytime soon, because I've had this thing in here for a while, and it hasn't shown any signs of wearing out. The gears in there feel solid, and the torque is really there, and you can really feel it. So it's an S618, and I really don't think you can actually find this specific servo really anywhere. I don't think you can buy it if you buy it again, if you break it or whatever, if it burns out. And they do have aluminum cases on there, so you shouldn't have that much. You shouldn't have to worry about heat that much. And I can't really find an angle where you can see the aluminum case, but it does have one though. And over here with the throttle duties, and they give you one of their weaker servos. They give you an S605, which really, and I'm surprised that this thing has actually hit, it's survived while using this thing, because this servo, I've had so many of these S605 servos burn out on me, and I just straight up replaced them, at least for the throttle servos. I just replaced them with Savoxes because they're far more superior than these Spectrum servos. But if they do happen to, if this S618 servo just so happens to go out, which, I honestly think that they will, but I don't think they will be for a while, because really the quality of the steering servo is it's really unlike anything else. It can do 20 kilos of torque, I think. I really can't get the specs on this thing, and I've tried looking everywhere for this servo, and I just couldn't find it. But if I do happen to burn out a servo, I have a few more kicking around in here. I've got these fan model 20 kg steering servos. So yeah, and I am running the same one in my electric chuggy, and it's working. It's just working great. So steering servo shouldn't have an issue. Throttle servo maybe. So pretty much cover everything on the chassis. Let's talk about the upgrades now. So under here, the steel flywheel is probably going to be the one thing that you really don't have to upgrade for a bit. If you're doing bashing, you really don't need a steel flywheel. But if you are going to be doing some racing, then I would definitely recommend one. Just don't you don't have to really get it. I mean, you can if you are serious, but for me, I mean, the way I got this thing, I had the track, and Zach actually gave me his old flywheel, and he was honestly like the nicest guy in the world for that. And he just gave me his extra flywheel because mine, or my clutch bell bearings, actually disintegrated, and I was like, screw it. I was like, So I told Zach, like, hey man, guess what happened? My stuff went out. And he's like, oh, I was like, you need more? And I was like, nah, you're good. But he did. He ended up replacing it though, which is really nice. But anyway, getting back to the video, another upgrade I've done on this thing, TLR shock towers. Really need these, especially for the chuggy, because these things are going to be broken. Not going to be broken, they're just going to be bent like really bad. So yeah. Any other upgrades I've done on this thing? Well, those are really the most amount of upgrades I've really done. One upgrade that I will be doing soon later is just getting new tires, and I actually already have them kicking around in my toolbox. But that's pretty much it. Well, except for the radio over here, and I actually haven't even talked about this thing because I've already done a video on this. But this is a DX5C. It's probably one of the best budget radios that there are. It's really cheap, and for the price, you get a lot for what you pay for. You get what you pay for, and a little bit more. You know, 20 model memory. You know, you get a whole bunch. You just get like almost everything on that thing. So that will pretty much do it for this review, guys. Any questions about this thing that you guys would like me to answer? You know, like, what can you do to make it handle better? What can you do to, you know, just make it better? I don't know. Just ask in the comment. I really don't know any example questions, but you know, if you, again, guys, any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, because I honestly really like reading your guys' comments. And this is actually my first premiere video. I don't know. I don't think I'll be doing a premiere on this video, but that'll be pretty much it. You know, it's to conclude my thoughts on this thing. It's really good for the price. You get what you pay for, and it's just a lot of fun. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.